Hey, what's up, guys? Alpha Records representing. Look, right before I start the video, I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this video. Whether you're an Eminem lover or an Eminem hater, whether you support Nick Cannon or you don't support Nick Cannon, I'm gonna get hate from both sides. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I'm gonna be unbiased. I'll let you guys know right now. I'm a big Eminem fan, and obviously I'm Team Eminem. I want Eminem to win, but me wanting him to win does not mean that I'll automatically be saying he's winning. To be honest, I'm unbiased. Like I mentioned, at the end of the day, this is a media channel, and being a media channel that's biased is always where the problems are at. You know, we've seen this in political news. We've seen this on other channels on here on YouTube. I won't mention them, but there's a lot of channels with a lot of problems for being biased. So I'm unbiased, but I'll let you guys know straight out the gate, I am Team Eminem. Now, so we're going to be talking about OBIE TRICE and the Eminem beef. I have both of his diss tracks that he's made towards Nick Cannon on my channel. If you haven't heard them, check them out. But I'm not going to be breaking down his diss tracks. I'm more going to be talking about what I think his place is in the beef, or what my opinion is about him being in the beef actually. So there's one thing to keep in mind, like I mentioned. I'm not on anyone's side necessarily when it comes to who's winning. But when it comes to Nick Cannon, he had his people on his track. He had the Black Squad. And one thing that's different, or that stands out from this, is he asked them to be on the track. You know, he asked them like, hey, can you guys ride for me or whatever? Can you guys help me out, do this track? And yeah, they're friends. Those people, anyone will ride for their homie. Anyone would do that for their homie. And I understand that up to that point. Now, you can't really use that as a excuse, or use that as the reason for example, Joyner Lucas, when he said he would get so much people on the track to go against Nick Cannon. You know, I got a lot of comments from other people on my previous video where I talked about Joyner Lucas, saying that if Nick Cannon had those people on the track, why couldn't Joyner Lucas have people on his track also? You know, there's one thing to keep in mind, and always remember this throughout this whole video. I just mentioned it. Nick Cannon asked them to be on the track with them. They didn't just join the beef because they joined the beef, right? Because they saw it online and they're like, oh yeah, I'd ride for Nick Cannon, let me make a song for him. They didn't say that. They're on a track with Nick Cannon, who at the end of the day is part of the main beef, right? He brought his people on there, and I understand it. And yeah, maybe they didn't have a placement in the beef, maybe they weren't even supposed to be there, but at the end of the day, he asked them to be on there. Now, keep in mind, Eminem is a top-tier lyricist. Eminem can definitely destroy anyone he wants in a rap battle, perhaps. We've seen people come close, like MGK, but he definitely destroyed him also. And the difference is, I doubt Eminem, being a top-tier lyricist, is calling up OBIE TRICE like, hey, bro, you know what, this guy Nick Cannon is dissing me, can you make a diss song for me, please? Can you defend me? I doubt he's doing that. I doubt he's calling Joyner Lucas like, hey, can you show your support for me online on your Twitter? I doubt Eminem is asking for that. You know, Eminem doesn't need that. Eminem is a lyrical genius. He can do it himself, right? He hasn't done it to this point, and we don't know if he'll do it, but all we know is that he can do it if he wanted to. Now, what do I think of OBIE being in the beef? Same thing. The difference with this is that OBIE wasn't invited, you know? Whether you like it or not, OBIE was not part of the beef, and whether he's riding for his homie or not, and I understand it, like, it's his homie, he's riding for his homie. I understand Joyner Lucas is doing the same thing, but he's not part of the beef, and he wasn't even invited in the beef like the Black Squad was. So to me, that argument doesn't even count as an excuse for OBIE being in the beef, right? Now, what would happen if OBIE were to make such a good diss track, he beats him, or he would make, you know, yeah, he comes out the winner? A lot of people might even notice OBIE's obviously more of a lyricist than Nick Cannon is. That's why Nick Cannon needed help. But Even if OB is more of a lyricist than Nick Cannon, if he wins or if he doesn't win, is that even important? Let's say his diss track is that much better. Is that even important? Would that be a win for Eminem's team? Would that even be a win for OB for winning a beef that's not even his? That makes no sense. That's why people aren't really taking that into account. People aren't listening to OB's track and saying like, yeah, OB destroyed Nick Cannon. Eminem shouldn't even respond anymore because OB already beat him for him. You know, no one's gonna say that. At the end of the day, what we're waiting for or what people want to see is an Eminem response. You know, so OB, at the end of the day, what is he doing on here? You know, that's my opinion. I know a lot of people might be supporting Eminem on this beef. They're supporting Eminem and they want to obviously Nick Cannon lose, but just think about it, you guys that are supporting Eminem. If OB were to make a good diss track, or if OB already did a good diss track enough to beat Nick Cannon, is that a win? Do you guys take that as a win? Do you guys see it as OB destroyed Nick Cannon? We don't even take that into importance, to be honest, because he's not even part of the main beef. Now, think about if Joyner Lucas were to do it, would that even be a win? You know, at the end of the day, he's not even part of the beef because we don't have the main two guys on there. That's the difference. Nick Cannon had them on there, but it was Nick Cannon also, because Nick Cannon is one of the main people in the beef. Now, what's the difference with that and, for example, 50 Cent? 50 Cent, we all know 50 Cent is a troll, and 50 Cent wasn't trying to ignite a beef. What 50 Cent said is, I don't know why you even tried. We've seen that no one has come close to beating Eminem, and I should kick you in your ass, punk. By that saying, basically, like, I should kick your ass for even trying, because that's stupid. Who would make such a dumb decision, right? But that's the difference. 50 Cent doesn't have placement in the beef, but he's not trying to get into the beef. These people, you know, Joyner Lucas, OBIE TRICE, they're trying to be in the beef. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, I'm actually an Eminem supporter. I'm actually Team Eminem. I'm a fan of Eminem. But just because of that, I'm not gonna be biased and say like, oh yeah, OB, go do your thing, or Joyner Lucas, go defend Eminem, because that's just wrong. I know what's right, and I know they're joining a beef they're not even part of. So let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys think it's okay for these people to join the beef without even being invited? Or do you think it's just the same as Nick Cannon bringing in the Black Squad who were invited? Yeah, you know, we gotta call it like it is, whether you like it or not. And I'm not saying Nick Cannon won. I'm not saying Eminem won. I'm just speaking it like it is. And I'm saying Nick Cannon brought his people, but they were invited. That's my opinion on these other guys trying to be in the beef. And let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification button, let me know what you think, and we'll see how all this rolls out. I'm pretty sure that we'll get a news in the future, perhaps, either from Eminem's camp or from someone else. So we'll be waiting, and I'll keep you guys updated.